Yes.
Okay, let's call the meeting to order. Happy New Year and welcome to this January 5th, 2026 reorganizational meeting of the Borough of St. Lawrence. As the Mayor of the Borough of St. Lawrence, I call this meeting to order. Let's open with the pledge to the flag. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, roll call. Robert May is here, Mike Fritz is here, Greg Zawilla is here, Derek Rhodes is here, Amanda Musso is here, Dave Eggert is here, Steve Godwin is here, I am here, Pamela Stevens, our engineer, is here, D. Michael Benetham is here, Warren Lupinow is here, and Joan London is not here. And our new employee, Logan Wood, is here also. Okay, so we will proceed with the election of the office of president and vice president for the Borough of St. Lawrence. So at this time, we'll accept any nominations for council president.
Bob May.
Any,
I'll second both of those motions.
any other nominations? Anybody have any other nominations? Hearing no other nominations, we're going to accept the nomination for Bob May as council president. Okay, and we will vote on that. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
I think we're supposed to go roll call, but everyone's unanimous, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay, all in favor then? So, all right, so So now we will proceed with the election for vice president of the borough.
I would like to nominate Mr. Dave Eggert for council vice president.
Second.
Okay, all right, so moved. Now, are there any other nominations for vice president? Anybody? No? Okay. There are no other nominations. We will accept Dave Eggert as our vice president. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so moved. All right. So, Bob, congratulations. And hopefully we have a beautiful 2026.
So do we need to adjourn our special meeting and then open again? Just go to appointments? Okay. So we need to approve resolution 932-2027? Six? Borough appointments for 2026?
Me looking.
Yeah. So what we're looking at, if you turn the page, the appointments for 2026 would be Borough Manager Treasurer would be Derek Rhodes for 1 year. Appointment Assistant Treasurer Amanda Musso 1 year. Appointment of Chief Administrative Officer Derek Rhodes 1 year. Appointment of Borough Secretary Amanda Musso 1 year. Appointment of Assistant Borough Secretary Susan Eggert 1 year. Appointment of the Borough Solicitor Coswell Stout 1 year. Appointment of the Borough General Engineer Systems Design Engineering for 1 year. Appointment of Borough Traffic Engineer, Traffic Planning and Design 1 year. Appointment of Borough Sewer Engineer, SSM 1 year. Appointment of Building Code Official Rick Golozowski, 1 year. UCC Permit Inspections, State Inspection Authority, which is Richard Golozowski. Plumbing and Mechanical Code Official Brian Sands. Appointment of Borough Zoning Officer Derek Rhodes for 1 year. Appointment of Borough Assistant Zoning Officer Amanda Musso /SDE Jen Ulrich 1 year. Appointment of Borough Local Codes Enforcement Officer Derek Rhodes 1 year. Appointment of Sewer Enforcement Officer System Design Engineers 1 year. Appointment of Borough Assistant Local Code Enforcement Officer Amanda Musso Jen Ulrich 1 year. And SDE, sorry. Appointment of Official Banks Depository Tompkins PLGIT and Mid Penn Bank. Appointment of Borough Auditor Barr, McCain, and Thornton. Appointment of Open Records Officer Derek Rhodes /Amanda Musso. Appointment of Floodplains Administrator Derek Rhodes, Amanda Musso. Appointment of BCC-PC Representative Derek Rhodes. Is that the buying authority?
Yeah, the cooperative person.
Yeah. Appointment of alternate BCC-PC Representative Amanda Musso. And appointment of IPAWS/FEMA Coordinator Amanda Musso. What's IPAWS?
It's the integrated,
The code red?
yeah, it's the code red, so you can send out all the alerts and stuff.
Okay. Seeing as those would be our appointments for calendar year 2026, is there a motion to accept the appointments as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Motion been moved and seconded. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion passes. Is there a motion to adjourn our reorganization meeting?
So moved. Second.
Motion been moved and seconded to adjourn the reorganization meeting. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion passes. We will adjourn for 15 more minutes of food and drink and cookies and resume at 7:30.
Okay.
Yeah, 30 minutes work.
Thank you. We'll call our meeting to order with the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, Robert Bay is here, who's been appointed president again. Michael Fritz is here, Greg Zawala is here, Derek Rhodes, manager, treasurer is here, Amanda Russo, borough secretary is here. Dave Eckert was also elected vice president again. Steve Ivel's here, Corey Zana is here, Pamela Stevens is here, D. Michael Benethan is here, Warren Lubenow is here, Joan London is not here with an excused absence. So we have council minutes from our December 11th, 2025 meeting. Are there any corrections, clarifications, additions, or can the minutes be accepted as presented?
Motion to approve council minutes for December 11th, 2025 as presented. Second.
Motion been moved and seconded. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? I abstain. I was not here
I
for the
abstain
meeting.
also.
Warren also abstains. Approval and payment of bills. We're looking to have a motion to approve consolidated payment of bills ending December 31st. From the general fund, we would pay bills $63,594.10. Liquid fuels fund, we would pay $3,513.80. Sewer fund, $8,108.61. No payment for fire tax, no payment from EMS tax.
Motion to approve the consolidated payment of bills ending December 31st, 2025 as referenced.
Second.
Motion been moved and seconded to pay the consolidated bills as of ending December 31st. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Treasurer's report. You'll see for us, we have, from general fund, we have a total amount of $274,022.91. Liquid fuels fund has $123,706.21. Sewer fund is $282,723.36. Fire tax fund has $4,604.78. EMS tax fund has $4,953.97. Reserve account has $434,183.17. You'll see a total fund balance of $1,124,194.40. Flip the page. That's it?
Next one, public comment.
Oh, no, I was gonna say, next time, go ahead and put down our outstanding loan also on this building, if you could.
Okay.
It's not a bill, but it gives a better
Total picture.
total picture of what's going on. Public comment, is there any from on the internet?
Wait,
Any?
we got the
Yeah,
motion.
heard that.
Make a motion to accept and file for the consolidated treasury report for December 2025 as read.
Second.
Motion been moved and seconded to approve our treasurer's report for December 25th, December 2025. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. All opposed, motion passes. Now we're at public comment, seeing none here, none coming over via our communications network. We'll move to consultants report, borough engineer.
The planning commission discussed at their meeting the Mount Penn Fire Company. Prior to that meeting, there was a submission of an actual plan by the architect that's working on the addition for the fire company. And they labeled the plan with a maximum of 4 feet, right there. Maximum of 40 feet encroachment into the rear yard setback, and that's the only relief that they were requesting. So the planning commission did make a recommendation to support it. I know we had discussed, excuse me, during the, okay. So as always, Joan points out, you have 3 options. You could support it, along with the planning commission, send that letter to the zoning hearing board. You could be silent, or you could oppose it. I think we discussed it at last council's meeting. My understanding is council was in full support of it. It's a very minimal encroachment, and it's just to make the walk around happen for when the emergency responders are inside the building. They can walk around with a ladder truck, and that's the only reason for this extension.
Is there a minimum that they have to achieve for the walk around,
I think typically it's like 36 inches.
both ends? Yeah, got it.
So it's just like an ADA
No,
sort
sure,
of path.
yeah.
And to waive the fees.
And to waive the fee for the zoning hearing application, which I believe is $1,000 for.
Yeah, they have an application like 1,000 spend down account. So you were requesting to.
Yeah, so we were looking to, a motion to, we would waive all the fees and the application to the zoning hearing board fee and the fee for the spend down account. We would waive that to Mount Penn Borough Fire Company. And we should look for a motion to support the recommendation of the planning commission. And I think with just having the borough manager attending, we do not need the solicitor to the zoning hearing board since we're never gonna
I agree.
object to it anyway. So we're looking for a motion probably to encapsulate those four things.
So moved.
How are we wording the motion?
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna word the motion that we're going to waive the application fee for the zoning hearing board. We're gonna waive the spend down
Spend down.
fee for the typical zoning application. We are going to, we will send a letter from the borough secretary supporting, to the zoning hearing board, supporting the relief that they're requesting. We will send the borough manager to the zoning hearing board, just in case they have any questions. And we will not send the solicitor, because we have no intention to be in, opposed to the zoning hearing request.
Okay.
All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, motion passes.
Okay, and the other item, there's like two other items I wanted to discuss. Derek and I were working on the Green Light Go Year 11. TPD had made a minor mistake mathematically in the Excel equations, so we caught that. So before Derek submitted, we were able to get the right numbers from TPD.
Was it in our favor or against us?
Against our favor.
But it's for the 2027 budget, so I just wanted to make sure
Yeah.
that Derek, you have the info so that we can keep those budget numbers moving forward. So, and that was submitted on time by Derek, and so I was very excited about that. And then the SEO for that property, that was like a direct discharge to the creek there. They did repipe some things, so apparently right now it's functioning fine without any, I'll say, disgusting discharge, so we're gonna keep monitoring it. So that was some good news on that end. And then for the more grant, is there anything else, because we're in that phase where we could do more design projects or anything? Because it's, again, it's your money, you're not spending your federal funds at all. It's your money to spend how you see fit with SD.
What are we limited to on the more grant?
50,000 total, but for the energy, the preliminary designs for the energy conservation members, you have $21,800. We spent a little, but nowhere near that.
And I thought it was a low rate, doesn't it? Is that free money, or does that?
No, the loan buy down is, yeah, 0, but that's only 15,000.
We sort of got hung on whether we're gonna put up our shed or not, then we talked about, leasing the garage, adjacent to the garage, and then the shed got pushed back into March. So I think we're sort of up in the air about that, so why don't we just see if we can concentrate here on our next meeting in February, we can give you a little bit more direction on that or something like that. If we could certainly use the more grant money for part of the design, if we wanted something on a shed or garage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because what we did is we reviewed the information to make sure it was the highest energy ratings. So when Derek did the layout, the heating units, the lighting, we were trying to match everything to that highest. So that was part of the review we did on your behalf to make sure. And the grant does expire August 2026.
Plenty of time.
I agree. But Amanda and Derek can easily do the reimbursement. It's not like what Allison was petrified of. Allison thought it was like the ARPA, where you had to do everything. You don't.
Yeah.
It's a couple forms you fill out, so I can work with you, Amanda, and help you get that reimbursement for whatever we've spent today. Okay?
Any other questions to the engineer? Move on. Coswell Stock represents many municipalities in Berks County, and because this is an organization, they had to spread most of their solicitors all over the place, and we're not really some place that always requires a solicitor. So Joan asked if she needed to send someone here, and I waved her off, send some other, to the next meeting. So if we get into a legal bind, we'll push things off until next time she's here. Borough Mayor's report.
We had no commission meeting, so next meeting will be February.
Hey Mayor, could you also include on your report to council, update on our planning for our celebration and what other thoughts and things and stuff like that?
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna
just
do
make-
that under new business.
Why don't you just make that part of the mayor's report, we'll just
Okay.
make you essentially the committee person for that.
Okay.
And
I
then from
can-
that point on, you'll have 2 reports for us, police, and then our celebration.
Okay.
How's that sound?
All right, so, what'd you
Go
say?
ahead.
So along that line then, what I'd like to do is start up meetings again, and that would probably be sometime at the end of January, and then have them maybe on a monthly basis as needed. And so the question is, are we allowed to have them, for the manager, are we allowed to have them during work time?
Yeah,
It would be limited to an hour, no more. I don't like long meetings. We'll get our ideas
do
going.
you want the meetings up to the public where we'll actually publicize them, and if anybody else want to come in or call in, you wanna do that?
That would be, that's up to.
You don't wanna do that?
No, okay. You
Too
know
many
what, we
hands in the
can,
pot when that happens.
Huh?
There's way too many hands in the pot then,
yeah,
I think.
we could be going every which way. I am going to call in some, ladies, 2 ladies from the women's club, and, we'll have Susan with the playground, and, you, Derek. Is there anyone else on this committee that wants to be involved?
I'd like to be there, but if you have during the day, that's out.
I can do it.
Okay, all right, well, we'll still keep you in the loop. How's
Why
that?
don't you consider about halfway in the year in June, we maybe have a public meeting or something like that, you know?
I'm just saying.
Yeah, where more ideas have been consolidated,
Right,
and
we'll
then
just
thrown
let
out.
them
Throw-
know.
Yeah, like, here's how we're thinking, in case there's some brilliant idea out there that hasn't been thought of.
Could, we utilize the savvy citizen and put a message out there, and maybe they could email their requests in?
I'd almost rather do it via the newsletter. I wanna keep Savvy Citizen if possible, to maybe, you know, I hate getting text messages, and I don't wanna get,
Just turn the notifications off.
I don't wanna use the term high priority, I just don't see that as a high priority. Maybe the Savvy Citizen should be kept in that, on that shelf, high shelf. Does that make any sense?
I would say the point of the Savvy was to do information like that though.
Well, let's talk about it, yeah,
I mean,
further,
In
yeah.
June.
First, yeah, when the public meeting comes. We'll go ahead and, thanks, Mayor, for your reports. Department staff reports, Finance Borough Manager.
My report is attached, not in the packet, it was a free piece of paper. A lot of basic office stuff. We're gonna start using Tracer here 2026. We got on board with our building code officials, so we're gonna move forward using that for all of our UCC permits, to be able to track, to be able to utilize that for, planning and knowing in what process the permits are in.
And that was always the intent of that tracer, was to go, you know, expand it and stuff like that. And I think originally Tracer was, had not thought about using it in all the ways we're using it, and they helped expand some of the modules that way, I think.
Yeah, we've slowly expanded some of their use.
Right.
So, we're still kind of working out some of the glitches and bugs right now. But getting it going is gonna be the way to work out the rest of the glitches and the bugs. Filed our 2024 recycling performance grant, as Pamela said, we sent the pre-scope to PennDOT for the Green Light Go grant. Closed out, I sent in the application for the final closeout of the ARPA funds for 2022 and 2021. Waiting for them just to basically reaffirm that that's closed out. Not a lot of other stuff going on. The other big thing which we discussed today, we had a warning of notice sent, or a warning letter sent to 500 Parkview Road, and now a notice of violation was sent. So it's gonna be up to council in another agenda item to discuss that.
Any, Berks County, like the redevelopment authority, maybe assistance there?
I think Joan had suggested the blight board.
Yeah, like,
I think we need to push this a little harder.
yeah, first, I think we had to go through those steps before she could do
You can still
that.
start conversation,
Yeah.
open the conversation.
Mhm.
What are our options here?
I can tell you they have made no effort to communicate or reach out to us over anything, so.
There are some historic buildings on that property, but there are some, just the prefab. And, you know, something like that, they can come down. But I think we should make it a point to try to save some of those.
No,
No.
no.
So there's that one, oh,
That's
stop.
so much money.
We'll talk about
Put it back to floodplain and be done with it.
Do you know that which buildings I'm talking about?
One by the road.
The ones that get flooded all the time.
Who's paying for it?
Only a piece of that, but it's that one little one that was the old hat factory.
You have like a buy a brick campaign or something
Have
for the anniversary.
to do
Buy a brick.
something, yeah.
If you sell enough, it'll fall down on its own.
But that is my report.
Good job.
Anything on zoning, you mentioned that, public safety, emergency management,
Nothing to report.
public works? Anything, report?
So I guess I'll introduce him formally here. This is Logan Wood, our new Public Works employee. He started on December 29th. So far, so good. Had one winter event that you had to go out and handle. Any questions, or you want to talk to him? That's your man.
All right,
Yeah. So, commission reports, if no one's adverse, we'll just keep the same committee people that we've had the previous year or so. So library, Mike Fritz, anything?
Still full of books.
Joint comp plan, Warren,
As far as I know, it was, they're
submitted it?
putting together the final copy of it and stuff. I was not able to attend the last meeting, so.
All right, municipal lands? Nothing new?
The only one issue I have, which you may want to talk about, is, we allow the hunting, we allow for tree stands to be put up with the caveat that they have to be removed 2 weeks after hunting season, which is, we follow the state guidelines. One of the things in state guidelines also is they cannot be permanent, they must be removed, portable. We have one individual, and I have no idea who it was, who between a tree that is branched in 3 trunks, put a platform, flag bolted, 2x4s, 20 feet up in the thing, and then screwed in steps up the side of one of the.
Wow.
Take it down.
how do you get by without you seeing him?
Well, it was a little off the trail, and then he camouflaged the area where he was sitting. He had a railing and a camouflaged area. So, what would council's, and there was no identification on it. We, according to the permit, they require, so I have no idea if they got a permit or what. I have
So
no idea.
we
who
do
the person
require
is.
identification on the.
Yeah, on the stand.
I
We
thought
require them to put information.
I thought our hunting guidelines also only allowed for temporary, that had to be.
Right,
So
right,
this is
right.
in violation.
This is in all sorts of violation. When I first found it, I went home, got a copy of the requirements for the permit, put it on waterproof paper, and attached it to the railings going up. I was there today, it's still there.
Take it down.
And I highlighted that it needs to, be removed within two weeks after hunting season, and I also highlighted, that you have to have a permit and things like that. So, or it has to be identified who the owner is and contact information. So,
Hunting season ends when?
like the 26th, or, 26th, 27th.
Yeah.
So early February would be the 2 weeks.
27th on his calendar.
Sometime after the first week of February or so would be after, we would be past the 2-week period.
I'm of a mind to have it removed now because it violates, it's a permanent structure.
Sure.
Especially
Okay.
since they haven't contacted us after you hung
Now-
Maybe it hasn't been there.
It's been there for over a month, and they had a trail cam. And
Ooh.
both myself and the dog, we're on there, I kind of waved to them.
Did you hold the
Did
paper?
you hold the
Yeah,
paper?
I did exactly that.
Well,
Yeah.
that's easy.
Oh, I have pictures of
Down
it.
here.
I have
Pick it
pictures
up.
of it.
Yeah.
Who it is?
Or
So-
how
Well,
long
exactly
did
what
you
it
put
is.
the paper up on the stand?
No, it's right at the bottom of the stand.
How long has it been
Oh,
there?
it's been over a month.
You put that up there over a month,
So is your recommendation is we go take it down, confiscate the camera, when they come
Well,
back?
the camera's gone.
Oh.
Today, the camera was gone.
Oh,
So I couldn't wave to them.
But your notice is still there.
But the notice is still
Take
there.
it down.
Abandoned.
Take it down.
Okay, well, now, okay, you say take it down. Who's gonna take it down?
Mr. Logan Wood.
Yeah.
You need a tree
I'll
stand?
gladly work with you on it and stuff. and-
well, I was gonna suggest that we just document our time taking it down, and if he wants it all back, all he's gotta do is reimburse us for our time taking it
Well,
down.
there's
If you can
in
take it
there-
down without chainsawing it down.
Okay.
If it's reasonable that way.
Well, there is.
If it was
there's
built this
stipulations in
year,
there.
we could take it out, we can
Bob.
take it out without damaging the tree.
There
further.
is
Yeah, oh, yeah.
stipulations in it that are written in there that says if we take it down, it's like $200, $150 or something.
That's
Yeah.
fine with
And if
me.
you don't pay it, then we get to
I'm-
keep all the materials.
I'm just suggesting for someone who may not have been aware of all these things, he can at least get his materials back. by paying the fee.
Trees down,
Right,
well,
If he took his.
rather than just hacksaw it, you know, not hacksaw, chainsaw it
Right,
down.
Oh, yeah, we're not gonna do that.
Removal and education.
Is that something you can,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
look for a nice warm day, maybe Thursday or something?
Wait,
It's gonna be 60 this week.
Start over with a chain to it.
Yeah, let me know when you wanna do it, I can show you where it is.
Check
Unless
with
you wanna
Logan.
search for it.
Well,
I can-
once you show Logan on Wednesday or Thursday when it's nice and warm,
It's gonna be video.
Oh, yes.
yeah.
Yeah, it'll be nice and warm this week.
There's on
There's
YouTube.
the left
Make
picture
sure.
on the tree.
Posted in the comments.
Bob, see, there's
Yeah,
the
I
picture
believe you.
of
Yeah.
the tree.
I'm good.
So I have to go Wednesday.
There it is.
Yeah. Oh, it doesn't look bad, you know. Why didn't you do
can
it?
see- I don't know if you want.
Wow.
I get a little paid for
so
it.
can we use those materials?
I need an extension.
What's that?
Project,
What's that?
can we use some of those materials for one of our projects?
No, I'm trying to be reasonable. If someone's really didn't know about any of this stuff, we at least try to take it down so he could reuse it next year, pay him the proper fees and everything.
Right.
Or he moves over to
It's
Exeter,
not far back.
move over to Exeter's land, I don't care, you know, I'm just trying to be reasonable, you know.
The damage, we don't want it, something like that.
Right, we
If
can
it's
probably
just
permanent.
stick that.
Right, but he might wanna
We
move
can
it,
just lay eyes on it.
Yeah.
I can determine how we need to approach that then.
Yeah.
Cause I don't know if I'm really used.
you know.
It's
Take the
like
bobcat
light
up
bulbs.
with you.
Light bulbs and they're, foot pegs that are,
Okay.
you know, both in, down, and out, you know, so you get contrast like that.
Recreation, anything, Dave?
Gonna start working with, our leader to start working on the schedule.
All right,
for the summer. And we're looking at, I believe there, she talked to you about, because of the way the calendar's working out with the end of school and everything, the 8-week program we put in right at the end of July, and we think a 9-week program would be more appropriate this year. So,
can we also, maybe, next month have some sort of conceptual update on maybe a master plan for up there? To maybe looking for, hey, this is what we're thinking about before we say if it looks good or not. Give us a engineer's probable estimate of cost, where we then look for some grant money or something like that.
I think Dave said he had some sketches.
Yeah.
I gave that to
Give-
Pamela
Yeah,
last
so
month.
Pam, if you give us like a little presentation next month or handout, that'd be great.
Yes, that would be fine.
Zoning and planning, we sort of had that all, do you have to, is the zoning hearing board date scheduled?
No, she called me today and it's between like 5 dates, so she sent an email to everyone to try and consolidate their days. So either the 27th of January, beginning of February, somewhere around there. Not a set date yet.
All right. I don't want Mount Penn to be hung up waiting for our zoning hearing board.
We'll have him before the February council meeting.
Okay,
Yeah,
And then the council would then accept it.
got it.
yeah, I tried to go for the 27th of this month, but.
Is there any general comments about anything? Public meeting announcements, all public meetings held in St. Lawrence Borough Municipal Building at 135 North Prospect Street. Changes to office hours. Borough office closed on January 19th, 2026. Reminder is the first week of trash and recycle will start collections on Wednesday. Can't hardly wait. Please be sure to download the Savvy Citizen app to stay updated with borough information. Is there any old business? Any new business? Berks County tax claim. So what we need to do is have authorize Council President or Borough Treasurer to sign the certificate of unpaid 2025 real estate tax bills to Berks County tax claim and 2025 fire taxes to the borough office. So I asked Susan what is the total amount of the bills out? There's 6 bills totaling $4,573.80. So that's what we're pushing over to be collected. I think she said 4 of them are rental properties, so, you know. So is there such a motion to authorize this? Go ahead.
So I make the motion to authorize Council President or the Borough Treasurer to sign a certificate of unpaid real estate taxes in 2025 the Berks County tax claim and the 2025 fire taxes to the borough office.
Second.
Motion been moved and seconded to move the unpaid taxes over to the claims office. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. All opposed, motion passes. 2026 fee schedule. Is there any questions on the proposed fee schedule, or manager, are there any significant changes?
I had sent this in an email just for you guys to take a look at for discussion if you had any comments.
Makes sense to me.
That's good.
So is there a motion for approved resolution 934-2026, Borough fee schedule?
So moved.
Second.
Motion moved and seconded. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion passes. Potential motion, reaffirm authorization for Joe London to continue litigation process regarding vacant property on Parkview Road. Is the council's really still wish to pursue this? You know, keep pushing it into some sort of legal action, since we've been getting really no response to our notices of violation for code enforcement.
Yeah.
Okay?
I'll make
Something's gotta be done to it.
I think we have to pursue something, because if somebody would trespass and something happens, and we're found to not be following up and going through the channels to pursue and fix the problem, I think we could be as liable.
I'll make a motion to reaffirm authorization for Joe London to continue litigation process regarding the vacant property on Parkview.
Second.
Motion been moved and seconded. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion passes. Number 4, intergovernmental agreement for the UCC code. So typically, you have to have a board of appeals if you're in with the UCC code. You can have your own board of appeals in your own municipality, but getting the right credentialed people to do that's almost unheard of unless you're a huge municipality. So you have the opportunity to also then use Berks County UCC. And I don't know how many municipalities do, but I don't even know how many municipalities even have their own. Yeah, because it's just tough to find the right people on that.
Most people, most of the municipalities I work with join that one.
And I can't even remember what you would think of, what would be a code issue, that you go to a board of appeals, you know. You think you got it per code, but it doesn't say per code, so they want to, you know. I only had once in my whole life, and I wanted to put something in to the fire code, but the city of Philadelphia had adopted the fire code 5 years earlier, so the thing I wanted to put in wasn't approved. So I had to go get a variance from their fire code to be in agreement with the newer fire code, is what it amounted to. So I have no idea on UCC stuff like that.
Well, to create your own committee or
Yeah.
team for $300,
Yeah, that's
I mean, it's just, do it.
So is there such a motion?
I'll move to adopt resolution 933-2026, entering the 2026 Berks County UCC Board of Appeals intergovernmental agreement for a $300 annual membership fee.
Second.
Motion been moved and seconded. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, motion passes. Number 5, reappoint, is it Kristen or Kristen? Kristen,
Kristen.
living good to the zoning hearing board. Is this it's a reappointment?
Reappointment.
Is there such a motion? Is there a second?
Second.
Motion been moved and seconded to reappoint Kristen Levingood to the zoning hearing board. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, motion passes. Number 6, Landis, to install equipment in municipal buildings, see attachment. And do we need any discussion on this?
This is for the single conversion of one of our heat pump units over to natural gas.
And this is-
all the piping.
And this is required because we did sign an agreement with UGI that we were gonna change over our heating system, although we did understand that we were also gonna get an emergency generator at some point, also being on natural gas. Derek, I think you and I talked to the last guy that came in from Generac, but it was from
Keeler.
Keeler? Yeah. And we were talking back and forth. Apparently, you get some Generac guys, as we've had here before, that sell the industrial ones, which are the water cooled. We talked to this guy who sells both water cooled and the regular municipal ones, the air cooled ones. Derek, is this correct? He thought we would probably be okay with just a 27 air cooled.
Oh, you weren't here at the last meeting.
Oh.
That's right, so the last meeting we approved purchasing
The 27?
24.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because the 26, which was the next model up, is a brand new model that they just introduced.
Yeah, we didn't want to do that.
Nobody wanted to be the
I
guinea
didn't
pig.
suggest being the
Yeah.
guinea pig. So the 24 is a tried and true, and another quote that came in had suggested that we only needed a 22.
Yeah.
So a 24 would work, and it's still an air cooled, so it was, I think, 13?
17,000?
17, I think.
Is that
Yeah.
17.
So now we know the size of the feed we need for that, so Landis can go move forward doing all the piping. Did you guys select where you wanna have it sit?
The generator?
Yeah.
Generator straight out back there.
Right.
'Cause
Between where the buildings sort of separate, right?
No,
No.
where the
Oh.
shot is, there's that concrete.
If you're out here, if you're straight out the apex of this building down, they're gonna put it there because they can bring the feed up into the soffit here.
Oh, and then
straight
take it over here.
into the electric feed.
Okay,
And then the gas line is gonna, the main line is gonna run around and wrap around the building, so they'll be able to tap right off the main. And that'll be installed, the tap and the main will be there from this quote.
Right.
The generator will just be hooked up.
right. So then the generator guy, when they set that, they come in like a precast, concrete pad, they'll set it down and they'll be able to hook right it up to the,
Yes,
to
they
the
literally
gas
hook
that's
up
already
the
there.
generator.
Turn it on.
Another part of this quote, this is all of the gas piping for all of the building. So this is them running all of the stubs out for when we future expand or replace another furnace down the line, the gas will be there.
Even to the one for upstairs, which we sort of talked about,
All of
never
them.
getting rid of? Oh,
And
okay.
there's also.
Well, it sort of makes sense, I guess,
Garage
you know.
when they're-
Yeah, we had talked about doing this one down here first, because this was the one we use most of the time, then there's another one that does like the offices, and is it the third or the fourth one?
I'm gonna say there's 4 altogether.
Yeah, I know the one up on, does basically the second floor that hardly ever gets used for heat, because the heat rises up there anyway, so, anyway. So that was the big game plan, and this would come out in capital or reserves,
This is capital.
yeah, like a capital budget, so.
Right, I'll make a motion to approve the latest quote and do the install conversion of gas for the cost estimate $87,600 out of the capital reserve.
Second.
Motion been moved and seconded to approve Landis to install conversion to gas, cost estimate around $87,600. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, motion passes. Discussion on Borough.
Before we get to that.
Okay.
I would like to say we have to amend the agenda, because while I was doing the treasury report, there was an issue found in October that compounded to November.
Okay,
So we have to amend the agenda to amend the treasury report for both October and November.
Make a motion to amend the agenda to amend treasurer's reports from October, November 2025.
Second.
motion been moved and seconded to amend our agenda to approve corrected treasurer's report for October and November of 2025. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. All opposed, motion passes. Is there a motion to amend our October 2025 and November 2025 treasury report based on the recommendation of our manager?
Second.
Motion been moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion passes.
Now for discussion.
Now discussion of Borough Garage.
I think we ought to table it, till we get a chance to do some X's and O's on either side of the building. Or
What's
just
that? What do you mean X's and O's? I'm lost.
Derek and I have been back and forth a little bit.
Oh.
It doesn't make any sense, I've been back there, to put that,
What, it's definitely you're shoehorning something in there, there's no doubt about that.
and we actually talked about this parcel over here in the corner, and a parcel that actually belongs to Liberty Tap Room, on the north side of the property here.
But the parcel on this side is in Exeter. Plus we'd have to do subdivision and land development.
No, it's
Oh, it's already
separate.
sub.
It's
Already
It's
separate
already
parcels.
split and there's nothing on it.
Yeah, the only thing in there is the stormwater runoff that comes off and goes underneath the street and goes out that way.
Yeah, there's a storm channel pipe, whatever you wanna call it.
Yeah, stormwater.
That's basically on the property.
I had said about putting it back here in this corner, doors facing to the north, and in the future, using the current green area, or part of it, from the existing line pole down toward where the footprint of the building would be, and pave that if possible, and use that as a laydown area for equipment, or just stuff that can sit outside, that doesn't have to be in the building, particularly in the nice weather.
So over here, where you're talking about it, will that still be on a property we currently own, but it's gonna be underneath the right of way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought about this in a different direction, that we could flip the doors and use the laydown, instead of doing the laydown area this way, we do the laydown area the other way, and have that almost all under that right of way.
But then you have to exit onto their property.
So there would be room to kind of, so it almost goes in a diagonal through these arborvitae,
Okay.
over and then cuts across. So we would lose those bottom 2 parking spots.
And if the building wouldn't take up that much of a footprint, that we could utilize some of the space between the current parking paved area and the building to use that as a compact.
Yes.
There's no way to put it down this parking lot anywhere here because of the overhead, because of right of ways, right?
John looked into that.
Yeah, so, but there is no conflict on that side,
The
if
right
we
of
pick
ways-
up that parcel.
The right away from Bed Ed shouldn't be an issue, because they did it across the creek.
I was just thinking in terms of, well, who knows what they did across the street, across the creek. I was just thinking, is it possible then to just put parking, if we ever acquired that parcel over there, and put more garage over here?
That's pretty close to your building.
Yeah, but that would be just making, I was thinking, could we then relocate parking over there, make that a parking lot, then put more garage over it?
Oh,
Stuff
you're
so
saying
take
Build
care.
something for
take out the
people to
parking
walk
here.
across the creek
Right.
and everything else, it'd be
Yeah.
easier to have the garage over.
This is all conceptual. You wanna, you
That's
guys,
discussion.
you guys wanna get together and make like 3 little drawings for us?
Sure.
Next time? Because if we acquire property, we have to get it assessed, we have to do this, we have to do that. And so, you know, we didn't bring Joe in on that, but we could certainly direct Joe and to ask him if they wanna sell us that parcel. Do they ever use that right now for anything? Is it grass?
It's
Is it
mainly grass.
grass? Cause they don't use it for deliveries or anything.
They use that side for deliveries, but I don't think it really goes into that.
No, it
part.
doesn't go that far.
Yeah. And that was the other thing I was thinking, if we suddenly decided to pave that, you know, that would be an easier sell, you know, that we could always just tell them, hey, if you need to use that, when we're not parking there, go ahead and use it, you know, but I didn't know, that's why I'm asking, is it possible then to put the garage over in one of our paving areas here?
And then just take that over there.
Yeah, and just use that as paving for events or something like that, but that's just,
We'll draw it up.
yeah, why don't you give us about, yeah, I thoroughly agree, we're shoehorning something in back there.
And the topography back there does not support a slab on grade.
Yes, it will.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Tell them to get you 20 on the bed.
Well, engineer
I'll
Trump's,
bring the laser down there.
engineer
and
Trump's
mark it and
contractor every day in the room.
Oh, my.
That's right.
Sounds hard as it
Common
doesn't.
Narrows Bridge,
No,
yeah.
it doesn't.
Is there a way that they maintain ownership? We pave it into a parking lot and have an easement to use?
Well, it only works if we put our,
So you don't have the,
it only works if we put our building here under it
Yeah,
somewhere.
that's too
Yeah,
close.
yeah, but I was just thinking that might be easier, you know.
But then, I mean, I think called the municipal garage should be somewhat accessible, it should be accessible, obviously, and isolated. Here, it's right next to the building. So on election day, you're chasing people from all the way over there to all the way over here.
yeah.
And even,
Election days twice a year.
I know, but still, I
And more
mean,
people are gonna vote on their phone in the next 5 years anyway, so I think to make a 30-year decision on election day twice a year is the wrong way of looking at it.
Well, where are they gonna get their?
Everybody who walks in here to vote now is gonna be dead in 5 more years. They'll be voting on their phone.
Right.
in 5 years, Greg will still be putting his trash off.
I will. I'm gonna drag it back, so.
I wouldn't.
Of course, there's always another option, top of
Adams?
Adams, which I'm not a big keen fan of.
Wow.
I mean, you got a good start coming downhill with the plow.
I'm just afraid we put something up there and there'd be a tree stand on the one end.
On top of the container.
Yeah.
Put it on top of the container. Steps going up
I
to the
wouldn't be
back.
surprised if people are trying to do that right now.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, if you put something over there, which way would the garage would be facing out towards the street? Is that what you would think?
What's the diameter, what's the,
That lot's, I think, a quarter acre.
I mean, what's the yin and yang?
I didn't measure it to a degree.
No.
I mean, I would assume the easiest way to face the garage doors would be to the road.
Yeah.
And then your
Because
main road.
otherwise, you'd be going onto their property.
Well, yeah,
It's their property.
You'd be kind of putting yourself at a disadvantage of either
Shoot.
driving around the building or driving, like you said, on their
Yeah.
property.
We'll investigate. Speaking of that, did Levan Street, this bill we ever get? Did we ever?
We approved that, so that's,
Did they have, did they have it?
they haven't installed yet, they're,
Did they have it? Did they have the approval?
yeah.
Okay. Somebody asked me the other day, and I said, wow.
Yeah, that was approved or whatever.
Any other discussions, garage, otherwise? Longer we wait, we'll have better ideas, I'm sure, so. Anything else? Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Big second.
Motion moved and seconded, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion passes. Thank you so much for your time and effort.